You are still tuned in to SABC News Channel 404. Now it's time to appreciate the power of the voice. The spice it adds to any video or other sounds just takes a sonic experience to a whole new level. Celeb Maifadi recently had a chat with Brand South Africa's Play Your Part ambassador and highly revered voice actor Chilu Lemba at Sony Vision in Branston, Johannesburg earlier this week. Lemba has recently been awarded the Outstanding Performance TV or Streaming Best African Voiceover Award at the 2024 Society of Voice Arts and Sciences Voice Arts Awards. Let's take a look at what it takes to be the best voice-over actor in South Africa.
In 2024, esteemed voice actor Chilu Lemba was awarded greatly for his contributions to the voiceover industry on a global level.
I got the Voice Arts Award from the Society of Voice Arts and Sciences in the US. It was for Best Performance Commercial TV or Streaming for Africa. So it was a good win. I mean, it's one of those award ceremonies that's it's almost like the Oscars for the voiceover industry or the Grammys. It's that big. So to be able to win one of those is I think a big accomplishment.
It's the third time Lemba bags this prestigious award.
Not a flex, but I didn't think I was gonna take it because the competition is stiff.
Lemba has found community and support from his peers in the industry, allowing him to add his impeccable voice to great productions for over 30 years.
What's unique about the voiceover industry is that we're all colleagues. So before the awards show, even though I'm nominated against, two people from Nigeria, we're in the same WhatsApp group. We text each other and so on. And even the fact that I won, that happened at around maybe 9 p.m. LA time. I was in bed, probably waking up or whatever here. And the person that informed me that I'd won is one of the guys who was in the same category competing with me, and he was at the award ceremony. So yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, I feel happy about it. I've been in the industry for now like 3 decades, so it's good to kind of tick off some of those, little boxes. Something for the kids to see, about what Dad used to do when he was working. Yeah.
Lemba's voice was spotted at a very early age. As years went by, he ventured into radio and was presented with an opportunity that nurtured this destiny.
When people start telling you you've got a good voice, then maybe there's something in it, because we don't know what our own voices sound like. Now, I think, people who are in this era have a better chance of finding out, because we're always sending voice notes, so your voice is in a recorded form some way or the other. But back in the mid-90s, the only time you can actually hear your voice on something is if you go to a studio or if you record it onto like a cassette tape or whatever. So in my case, I was told pretty consistently, like Chilu's got a good voice by guys at school after the voice broke. And then when I started working at a radio station, there came a time when ads had to be recorded for clients. And so, after a while, I started being one of the target people for recording these ads. And then I started being more consistent, and here we are, like 3 decades later.
Having a great voice is great and all, but there's more to it. Caring for the voice and delivering a good sound for an advert requires skills that voiceover artists like Lemba have mastered.
So I guess there are 2 things. One is when you look at self-care of your voice, there certain things that I do before I go into a session. I don't take drinks which have like milk in them, because that'll make your voice sticky. So there are things of that sort. But in terms of what you need to do in performance, in what you're kind of asking there, I think you have to be like a blank page when you get into a session, because the director, the script writer, the brand manager, all those guys have the vision of where they want this to go. And your job is to kind of bring your expertise, but go towards that vision. So the more open I am, if I come in here and I'm doing a voiceover for, say, a detergent paste, if I come in and I've already got a fixed idea of what I should do, then I'm not leaving room for direction, if that makes sense. So that's my approach. Usually when I go into a session, I'm kind of trying to get the pulse of what the people who've created the piece of communication want, and then I fall in. So there's so many ways or so many types of voiceovers that you do. hard sell where you're selling things. There's an urgency in the delivery, or sometimes it's soft sell where you're trying to convince somebody, but not so aggressively, So there are different ways in which you do it. But once you get in the studio, then somebody tells you which direction they're going, then you lock into that.
Outside of the management, how would you advise someone who wants to get into the career?
The more everyday you sound, the more authentic and sincere you might be, and that's got an appeal in itself. So you find that if you've got a trained voice or a voice that sounds kind of like mine, sometimes that's not what the client's looking for, because they want the everyday sounding person. So I think the spectrum of opportunity is very wide. And what you probably need to do is there's a lot of content on YouTube. Just kind of, get your head around what the voiceover industry is like. If you've got a studio in your area and, they're willing to have you maybe be in on a session, you have to obviously be decent when you request that. But just kind of be a fly on the wall for a bit to see what this entails. So there are many opportunities for you to learn stuff, and I'd say lock into that and then figure out, whether that's for you.
Now AI has come up with a lot of challenging things. Is the growth of technology and where we're going on the web kind of like creating a scarcity or a bit of a fear or a challenge to voiceover artists?
The good thing is that AI is not yet at the point where we can compete with it. I say that with caution because AI is improving, and the websites like 11 Labs, which have some very convincing voices there. And for a long time, AI voices were robotic and not fun, but they've been changing. So in some instances, AI is exceeding, but the guys who are, I think, skilled and who put a lot into their craft and who are all about excellence, we're still, with a little bit of an edge over AI. But it's improving, and the thing is, you can also, at this stage, clone your voice. So I have attempted that, where I put my voice on a couple of platforms. They're password encrypted, so it's only me that can access them. But I can type in a script and it reads it in my voice. It doesn't have my complete nuances and stuff like that because it's still to get there. But for some stuff, I can convincingly just, send you a script and you might think it's me, but it's AI acting as me. So I think we're getting to a very interesting phase. The only thing that I think has to be, a big theme now is how it's going to be regulated.
Regulated or not, distinct voices like Lemba's were clearly meant to mesmerize and create the best sonic experiences of this era. So young Chilu, say you're 13. Is this the vision you had? Did you see yourself here?
Far from. At 13, I was a rapper, cat. So I thought I'd be getting hip-hop Grammys as opposed to voiceover awards. So no, I didn't see this trajectory in any respect. But you can see clues of what you become when you look at your past. And so, I think it was essentially what I'm doing now is probably a date with destiny. But at 13, I had a different idea of where it was going to land.
2025, where do you think it's going to land?
2025, that's a good one. I think, it's one of those situations where I probably have to, every once in a while, when you've been doing this for so long, you have to find ways in which to kind of reboot your passion. Because if not, then you'll just kind of be treating this as a job. And even though I've been, like I say, 3 decades in, I'm still learning. And so I'm still hoping to give better performances, check out different opportunities that I haven't interacted with. There's stuff like gaming, which is big now, wasn't big when I started out. And just new adventures, but within the same scope of what I do.
New adventures that we certainly cannot wait to hear.
To everyone who's been involved in my journey, including camera person, wifey, right?
Oh man, that is exactly who I'm trying to be one day. But just like that, the show is over, Skerdovers. But Trendy, thank you so much for choosing us this evening. We will be back though again next week, Friday, 8 p.m. sharp, right here on SABC News Channel 404, doing what we do best at Trendz Live, and that's giving you the best in arts, culture, lifestyle, travel, and all things entertainment. My name is Candy, and until next time, you know what I like to say, stay sweet. Good night. Bye.